Before continuing the viewing of this broadcast, please read the description below.
It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Hey, Ernie Johnson here, and I'm joined by Kenny the Jet Smith and Shaquille O'Neal. Welcome to the NBA on 2K Sports. And the pregame warm-ups wrapping up out in Los Angeles, where it'll be the Lakers going up against the Golden State Warriors. And for Golden State, this is a team they played pretty well against last season, going 3-1. They'll look to keep that edge tonight. And we'll be watching the big man Brook Lopez in action tonight. Seems wherever he takes the floor, you can always count on him to give you about 20. How...
DJ wins. That's what you are. You get it? Instead of spins, wins. Whatever, man. What? Come on, whatever? Really? Listen, man, whatever is distracting you, you gotta clear your head. You should come with me to yoga. Boo-boo, you do yoga? Yes, I do yoga. You wanna see a half reverse move? This ground is moving. When it stops, right. Yeah. Let me know when you want to go. I'll drop it.
Hello, everyone. Proud to bring you, and we've got time. It definitely did, David. He won titles when he played for the Lakers. Now he'll try to bring that winning mindset back to L.A. So last season, Kobe, one of the closest MVP races we've had in a long time, came down to Westbrook and Harden. Who did you think was going to win before the results came out, and why?
Yeah, I didn't even stop to think about that because they're both like little brothers to me. So even though I could sit there and say,
LA
okay,
kids too.
Yeah, like I know them both extremely well, and they're both extremely deserving of it. So I refuse to split it.
Yeah.
You know, they're both my guys.
And different kinds of games and both sensational individual players.
Yeah, they're just phenomenal. I mean, they can do so many things in the game. And now I think the next progression for them is to be able to dominate the game off the ball just as much as they can dominate on the ball, right? Because in the playoffs, the defense has a hard time finding it.
All right, let's set the floor. Courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. So for the Golden State Warriors right now, Durant and Draymond Green, talented forward duo. Ingram is out there with Steph Curry. And it's McGee in at the center, locking down the middle. And to have the ball in your hands at all times, always bringing it up. It's exhausting, though, right? That's what they say.
But
now, for you,
the defense sees you, right?
Yeah.
So if you're handling the ball, the defense has eyes on you at all times. You're here. You're right in front of the defense. When you don't have the ball, you're moving behind them. Curry moves behind all the time. He'll bring it up, pass it, and now he's running off the screens behind the defense. right? And it's hard to find him.
Rip Hamilton the same way.
Rip Hamilton the same way.
I know.
Jordan, flare picks, down screens, slicing into the post, right? Coming up to the pinch post. All those operational things take place behind the view of the defense.
McGee with the block. And Ingram with a clear path to the basket. All players have fans, Greg, but some players just have a gravity to them, and it's safe to say DJ is one of them. You'll see plenty of kids in his jersey, and he has quickly become one of the more recognizable faces in the league.
And when you combine his personality and interest in music with what he can do on the floor, it is a marketing firm's dream. And after talking to DJ a few times, he comes off as a very genuine person, and it's easy to see why the fans flock to him.
And the trend around the league, Kobe, is more offense, more three-pointers, certainly spacing, fluid offense. Scoring is up around the league in a measurable way from, it seems like, year to year. Do you like the way this is trending, or do you think the NBA should maybe put a governor on this, harness it in just a little bit?
Well, I think it'll swing back to the way,
Do you?
Yeah, because the game has gone through that progression before. You know, it's constantly evolving. And so I think you'll see it swing back eventually. You'll have a couple teams that are just big and may have a dominant post player, and all of a sudden you're going inside, and then that team will win a championship, and then the rest of the teams in the league will try to copycat the way the game is played that way. Then things will swing back. So it's just natural evolution of the game, I think.
Kobe, that fadeaway jump shot of yours, such a foundational part of your game. What's the key to that particular shot, and who's carrying the torch for that shot now?
Well, yeah, the fadeaway is there's different ways to shoot the fadeaway. There's the Hakeem Olajuwon way of shooting the fadeaway. There's the Michael way of shooting the fadeaway.
Oscar used to do it. I know you.
Oscar used to do it quite a bit. So I try to use bits and pieces from each, depending on the defender that I'm facing. But yeah, there's certain players that are carrying that shot now. LeBron shoots the fadeaway quite often, as does KD. He shoots it a lot. Clay will shoot it. You know, Kawhi will shoot it quite a bit off the pull-up jumpers and things of that sort. So there are a lot of players doing it.
So it's the Lakers now, after the miss from Ingram to the left side wing. Some say, Kobe, that the shooting guard crop in the NBA right now, a little light in terms of depth, not quite as many top two guards as we used to see play the game. Who do you like among some of the two guards you see now in the NBA?
Well, it depends who we're considering the two guard.
Right, because they just blend,
twos,
don't they?
The threes, they all just blend.
Combo guards are playing some forward position. It's tough, isn't it?
Yeah. So, you know, shooting guards to me are guards that have to do everything. You have to be able to play the post. You have to be able to play the perimeter. You have to be able to play the point. You have to do everything. So I'll put Russell Westbrook in that category. I'll put James Harden in that category. I'll put Kawhi Leonard in that category. There's a lot of players I'm forgetting. Even Giannis, I would say, is a two guard because of what he does.
Yes.
So there's a lot of talented guards out there.
Did you like the ball in your hand, bringing it up, or would you have rather someone else bring it up, then get it to you in the half court, and then do what you did?
Yeah, that's the one thing I'm jealous about Michael. Because Michael didn't have to do that. He had Pippen.
Yes, right. Who always brought it up.
Yeah, so he could focus on coming off the screens and catching and shooting. He didn't have to think about facilitating first. He could think about scoring and then passing out of double teams.
And Kobe, you talked about coming off screen. Some guys come off a screen and kind of just lollygag. You came off and you passed the ball and then get back at it again. Yeah. Efficient. Explode off those screens.
Angles, right? You got to be able to read those things. And when you're catching, you're in attack mode all the time. Because then it's demoralizing to the defense.
I'm sure it is.
You're always on.
Yeah.
You're always looking. You're always checking. You're always in fear that he's going to attack. So we always try to keep our foot in the gas.
Always.
Our foot in the throat.
Yeah. Warriors trail by 5. Curry dishes to Green. And after 20 years in the NBA, Kobe, you were able to play with so many teammates. Can you make a short list of some of your favorites over the years?
Oh, yeah. Let's see. Pau Gasol for me. Derek Fisher.
And a quality person.
Oh, yeah. I mean, just the nicest guy you'll ever meet.
Yeah, right.
You know? And Derek Fisher, Ronnie Turioff is one of my all-time favorites. Lamar Odom, Shaq, obviously, Robert Horry, Rick Fox. I mean, I've been very fortunate to play with some great teams. Horace Grant, AC Green. I mean, let's go. Ron Harper. I mean, I can go on and on all day long. Brian Shaw. I mean, I was very fortunate to have some really good teammates.
Here's Kuzma following the basket by Brook Lopez. A chance there to push it to double digits, but it's off the mark. Green passes to Curry. In competition, once again, Kobe, the thing that drives you so much, even on the practice floor, you and Jordan were so much alike in that regard. Is it important to go with your teammates and challenge them in those practices that you're doing? Here is Cook. Isaiah Thomas out there with Hart. Then it's Dang. Then it's Ivica Zubac. And it's Randall in at the 4. That's who's in the game for the Lakers. Thomas, no good.
Those are chances almost always you can rely on him to get you 2 points, but the D just enough to keep him out of rhythm.
Kobe, I'm assuming that you've had teammates come back later and say, Kobe, you made me a better player.
Yeah, well, the thing is, when we're playing together, they don't like it very much because I'm always challenging them. But then at the end, like, even to this day, we're all very close. We're all great friends because they knew what I was trying to do was trying to push them to be the best version of themselves.
Just 2 to shoot. They get it back. Here's Zubac. Tough sequence there. They just couldn't get it to fall.
And you can see the defenders afraid to kind of get in his way a lot of times when he's on his way to the basket. But on that one, they were there.
And in the history of the NBA, only a handful of players have lasted 20 seasons. Kobe, you played all 20 with the Los Angeles Lakers, an NBA record for seasons with one team. What does it mean to just having worn that Laker jersey your entire career?
Well, I mean, it's a huge honor. I've always been a massive Laker fan, even when I was a kid. And so I never dreamed that I'd actually be wearing the golden armor for my NBA career. So to be sitting here right now, having played 20 years, is literally the coolest dream that could have ever happened to any kid. Happened to me.
And I don't know that it'll happen again. The way the league is structured now, the money, the free agency, even though you had a chance to leave a couple times, you always chose to stay.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's you know, loyalty is a word that you hear thrown around often. But in this day and age, it's very tough to see in sports because of the cap, because of, you know, the free agency market and so forth and so on. So I've been very, very fortunate to have a great organization and to be able to have played 20 years of my career here.
Kobe, you played in a big market like Los Angeles, one of the biggest in the world, but many are saying that market size matters less and less into the future of the NBA. Do you agree with that?
Well, in a certain aspect, yes, because of the digital age that we live in. I mean, the world is considerably smaller. You have access to market at the touch of a button.
So we see Milwaukee Bucks highlights with Antetokounmpo as much as we would see a Kobe Bryant highlight with Los Angeles.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
But still, fundamentally, to play in a market like Los Angeles, you know, Los Angeles being the entertainment capital of the world, New York being a great market as well, it's hard to top those no matter how digitally enhanced our society becomes.
And he's trying to shoot his way out of it. You know, they have the lead, but honestly, I think it might help if he'd be a little bit more selective tonight.
And Kobe, did the Laker front office ever talk to you or just brush an idea past you to get your opinion on things, whether it be a trade or a free agent signing or whatever?
No, we never really did that. We never had that kind of working relationship. And I think it's actually better that way because then it enables me to have a better relationship with the guys where they know I'm not involved in those decisions. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Because if so, it makes it weird, that relationship. Guys get traded and teammates are looking at you and it's hard for them to trust you and all sort of stuff. The most conversation I had was with Dr. Buss in this very shaky time.
Yes.
Where I voiced my concerns and he said, listen, I promise you, you see the right trade, you will pull the trigger and I'm going to do everything I can to get you a championship. I promise you that. And after he said that, I trusted him completely. That was that. And then the following year, he made a beautiful trade for Pau Gasol. He sure did.
And a couple championships. Worked out well.
Yeah, it did.
Stephen Curry's checked in for the Warriors. Thomas passes to Hart. Nice ball movement here by the Lakers. Thomas with the ball. And Curry picks him up defensively. Thomas a screen. Kobe, there are a lot of great guards and wings in the league right now. When you look around, are there any that remind you of the way you played or maybe are approaching, going down that road and say, I want to be like Kobe Bryant. Yeah. I watch a lot of his tapes, much like you did when you were growing up.
Yeah, well, Isaiah has a hunger and a thirst for the game. And he's not going to stop. He's constantly curious. He's constantly working.
His size makes him a different kind of guy, though,
doesn't it? Unbelievable, though.
It is shocking.
It's unbelievable. But he can finish at the rim. He can shoot the long ball. He can pull up left and right. He has great physicality and a great body about him where he can punish bigs at the rim. And the other is Kawhi. I mean, when I watch Kawhi play, I'm just looking in the mirror. The moves, the positions on the floor.
So glad you said that. I feel the same way.
Yeah, it's unbelievable, and it's a great, great feeling because, I'm sure Michael felt the same way. Right? When he retired and you watch me play, you're seeing the same spots. You're seeing a person who studied the person that came before, and there's no need to reinvent the wheel when the wheel's already been created. You just put it on a different car.
Well, he has been guided by his coaching staff to watch you and Michael Jordan tape. And
Yeah.
I think that's kind of what he's done.
Yeah, well, we've connected. We've talked about this stuff before in the past, and again, he's a curious kid.
And all business.
Yeah, curious. He steps out on the floor. He's all business.
Yeah.
Nothing funny. There's nothing silly going on. He's here to do his job. He's here to help San Antonio win games.
Some changes for Golden State. Pachulia comes in for West, and it's Kevin Durant in for Andre Iguodala. Hey, Kobe, when you take a look at great NBA rivalries, your mind goes more to the past than the present. I'm not sure why that is, but maybe you can enlighten us why rivalries seem to matter more or more in our minds from yesteryear as opposed to today.
Because we can recall where we were when. Right?
Yeah,
the recollection is always more powerful in retrospect, right? I mean, that's always, you remember where you were when, Magic hit that running hook shot.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Some people can remember where they were when Nelson hit that shot that bounced off the back of the rim and almost touched the rafters and fell back in, you know what I mean?
Right.
So I think it's those memories that create a lasting impact. And even though in today's game, you can look at it and say, there's no real rivalries in today's game. There are. But they're only sink in over time.
So you think the Cleveland Golden State rivalry, because the greats are on opposite sides there, will linger and will
Absolutely.
resonate like that?
Absolutely.
The Warriors have gone 6 of 11 from the floor. They're over 50% shooting here in the second quarter. Kobe, you played 20 years in the NBA. Sports medicine and training becoming increasingly important for extending careers, keeping guys on the floor. How far has that science come in the time from you when you entered the league until the time that you retired last year?
Well, it helped me play 20 years.
Yeah, right. But different methods all the way. Huh?
Different methods all the way. I mean, it's when I first came in the league and understanding what sports medicine was at the time and the research on recovery, and as the years went on, more science research started coming out on the benefits of contrast therapy, ice baths, and surgical procedures. Like, if I would have ruptured my Achilles years ago, I never would have come back from it. Now, my Achilles, even as I sit here today, it's like I never hurt it.
No kidding.
It's amazing.
Looking at who's out there now for the Lakers. Channing Frye's checked in for Zubac, and Ball subbed in for Hart. And Kobe, in your opinion, what's been the common thread for all these advances in sports medicine?
I think it's the minds. It's the minds of people in medicine that are constantly pushing the industry forward. And, it's our responsibility and the team's responsibility to find these great minds and turn them loose, right? And trust them with the process, trust them with your athlete. But the key is you have to find the right ones.
Ingram wide open. That's good. And a nice assist from Durant. Ingram's got 24 points. And what's your take, guys, in the hustle stats for the Warriors?
Great hustle defensively through the first half, contesting everything and racking up the block shots.
Something else they've done right so far from the get-go tonight is run. I mean, so much of their offense has come off the fast break.
They've hit every one of their free throws here in the second quarter. Very important when you're trailing.
Kobe, you've made no bones about patterning your game after Michael Jordan. You watched him while growing up. Can you give us a little insight into the impact of what he meant to you and how he formed you in some ways?
Sure. Well, I think most players growing up, at least my generation, probably watched him play and saw all of the fancy plays, the dunks, the highlights, and things of that nature. What I focused on was how he got there. The moves, the timing, fundamentals, the spacing, the rhythm. That's what I studied meticulously. And so when I watched him play, I think I watched him play a little differently than others. Having not going to college and all these other things, growing up overseas, I had to learn the fundamentals by watching and observing the greats, and to the most minute detail.
Ingram kicks the front. And you look at the NBA today and the social media, Kobe, a lot easier for NBA players to connect with fans over that social media platform. However, it's also easier to get people in trouble. Players have got to keep that periscope up, so to say. How hard do you think that is to manage?
Well, I think now in this particular generation, the sensitivity towards things you may hear or see on social media is much different than it would have been years ago. In other words, nowadays for athletes to be on social media, it's more easily tolerable for them to say something, right? Or to be able to speak their mind.
Yes.
And I think the important thing is just the consistency in that. If you have a thought, you want to say it. Right? Put it out on social media. Do whatever it is that you want to do with it. The key is just to be consistent and be who you are and not be afraid to be who you are.
And with all the different technological advances in the league, you see a lot of player and coaches now reviewing clips and tablets and a lot of film sessions. I know you used to study a lot of the league's videotapes. How much easier is film study now, say, from the time in the late 90s when you got in the NBA?
It's so much easier.
Really?
Oh, my God. When I used to get in the hotel rooms, you used to have to call the front desk. And they used to roll up the TV on the wheels.
With the VCR machine.
Right, and I have to have all of these tapes. You got to put the tape in, you got to rewind it, you got to fast forward it, rewind it.
Yeah.
Now it's just everything's right there in front of you, right? And it's very easy to skip and go to the next game and then jump back to the game before or fast forward to the fourth quarter. I mean, it's so easy now.
The Lakers making a switch here. Lopez is checked in, and Golden State also making a change. McGee's checked in. Here's Green. A chance to extend the lead to double digits, but it's no good. And there's the call on Durant. That's his first foul.
I mean, I like the call. I thought the defense was just there a little late.
Yeah, it looked like it. I mean, he kind of slid underneath as he got to the spot, too.
Well, Kobe, you look at all the former Defensive Player of the Year, and they're almost always big men. You were a 9-time first-team all-defensive selection in the NBA. Do you think guards sometimes get overlooked at the impact they have in a game and a play?
Yeah, they definitely do.
All the time, huh?
I think the bigs have a huge responsibility in protecting the rim. And those things are very easy to measure.
Right, block shots and
blocks and
exactly,
rebounding,
rebounding.
altering shots or defensive rebounds. For guards, it's tougher. But still in all, there's some guards out there who have done it. You know, Michael and Gary Payton and Kawhi Leonard, I count him as a guard. They're just phenomenal defensive players.
Where does that mindset come from? That defensive mindset when you're an offensive gifted player like yourself?
Well, I think that's a truly competitive person. Some players will call themselves competitive, but you're not truly competitive if you only compete at one end of the court. That's not what true competitive people do.
Here's Kuzma. Green with the rebound. Green's got 4 rebounds now tonight. Ingram dishes to Durant. He gets that one. Durant's got his first 2 points.
Yeah, that was the third straight high percentage look the defense has allowed. The defenders have got to start putting bodies on bodies.
Now here's Caldwell Pope. He's covered by Ingram. Ball, the pass to Kuzma. Caldwell Pope for 3. And the rebound goes to the Warriors. This game coming on the heels of their win against the Kings.
And once they established that flow offensively, really never got any resistance from the D.
And, Greg, they were sinking shots left and right, and that's got to be demoralizing for the defense. They were in a real zone.
And we'd like to thank you for stopping by, Kobe. Hope you come back and join us again.
I definitely will. I had a great time, man. Thank you for having me.
And, Clark, you've been broadcasting for the entire span of Kobe's playing career. How is it to share a booth with someone who you've watched progress throughout their entire career?
Well, it certainly reminds me that I'm moving into that last block on the demographic charts. I'm in the early third quarter, if you will, that's for sure. But it's a treat because it's wonderful to see how he grew as a player and as a man, and much respect for Kobe Bryant because he's a first ballot Hall of Famer and doing great things off the court too.
Here's Ball. Not enough on that one as it misses.
And the D does just enough to throw off his rhythm on that shot.
It's 9 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. Here's Ingram. And so he draws the foul on the shot. A trip to the line to shoot 2.
Wow, he got whacked on that one. Shouldn't be much debate there.
Blatant contact. Straightforward call. Simple.
Both free throws good from Ingram.
And love how he's getting himself to the line this quarter. If he keeps it up, it'll end up creating some foul problems on the other side, and that can always help a team's cause.
Ball, the pass to Kuzma. Lopez right side. Over in the corner, Caldwell Pope. Looking to end the run. Sinks the three-pointer. Caldwell Pope's got 6 points.
Yeah, defenses beware. You have to close out hard on KCP and disrupt his rhythm.
And so
Thank you, Kevin. Now, you've been mentioned as a major contender for Rookie of the Year. Is that something you're aiming for?
Oh man, I'm honored to be considered for the award. At this point, if it happens, then it happens. But until that, I just need to, keep working hard and improving as a player, so I can just be the best I can for this team. An award like Rookie of the Year doesn't mean much if your team falls short for the ultimate goal.
thanks for the great interview, David. And we'll be back for the third quarter of basketball. And as we begin the second half, first half wasn't even close, guys. And we'll see if there is a comeback on our hands or more of the same as we get the third quarter started. An exceptional performance from Ingram.
Yeah, he's really been catching the defense off guard so far here in this game, racking up a bunch of trips to the line.
Yeah, and you know what? I like the fact that he's staying in aggressive attack mode. I mean, forcing the issue, making the defense foul.
Setting the floor for the Warriors. Offense and defense with Durant and Draymond at the 3 and the 4. Steph Curry's out there with Ingram. And it's McGee in at the pivot spot manning the middle. Clark, when you watch a team that's clicking on offense, what are some of the smaller things, the small details that are setting them apart?
Well, a couple of things. One is solid screen setting. That's huge because that's an unselfish act when you set a screen to get somebody else open. Then ball movement. Being willing to go past a good opportunity for a next pass best opportunity. I think the Golden State Warriors do that as well as any team in basketball. The extra pass, sharing the ball, and giving themselves up for each other.
Ball, the pass to Kuzma. Ball with it. Lopez sets a screen for Ball. Off the pick. Kept alive. Lopez, no luck.
They have yet to hit a shot, a real slow start here in the second half.
Bucket is good. Ingram's got 4 points this quarter.
And they've just been so comfortable at both ends of the floor. I mean, you'd almost think they're playing at home.
Yeah, and the confidence really at a high level. Very impressive. They feel like this game is theirs, dominating right now.
And Caldwell Pope gets the basket.
Maybe with that, the lid on this basket will be lifted for him.
Looking at Los Angeles, they took the win in their last game against the Clippers in Los Angeles. Green kicks to McGee. Curry dishes to Durant. McGee a screen. Over in the corner, Green. And a great assist by Curry as that one goes in. Curry's got his 8th assist in the game. Lakers trail by 19. Caldwell Pope kicks to Ball. Fires the 3. It's rebounded by Durant. Durant's got 4 rebounds in this game.
+8 in the rebound differential. One more reason why they're in control.
Yeah, double-digit advantage on the scoreboard. They've taken the initiative. They've played, I think, with more purpose so far.
Now here's Ingram. He's guarded by Caldwell Pope. From 12 feet out, count the basket. Caldwell Pope's got 11.
Yeah, and knifing into the middle. Caldwell Pope, not just a perimeter threat. Young fella can elevate.
It's Curry with the drive from deep. Green. Ball with the rebound.
And, you know, even with him struggling, they're still up. But they need him to find his rhythm soon.
And the call will be against Lonzo Ball. That's foul number 2 for him. Here's Curry. He's got 9. Pass to McGee. Loses his man off the screen and lays it up and in. McGee's got his 2nd basket of the game. So timeout called here. The first for Los
Off the bench. Guys came in, they seemed fresh, and they all contributed.
Yeah, you need that juice, that gas coming off the pine. Always a luxury to have a deep bench. And when they can step in and play well, you're in good shape.
Julius Randle's checked in for the Lakers. Just over 3.5 minutes through the third quarter of play now. Ball, the pass to Ingram. And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here. And Brandon Ingram, growing up in Kinston, North Carolina, led Kinston High to 4 consecutive state championships.
And you know, North Carolina alum Jerry Stackhouse also hails from Kinston. Stackhouse played hoops with Ingram's father and took a mentorship role in Brandon's life from an early age, so he's in good hands from that standpoint. Brandon, certainly his own man, chose to go to Duke despite his mentor being a famed Tar Heel. Bet you they have some pretty good discussions about that.
I'm sure they do, Clark. You're right.
And they've got a big lead, not just on the scoreboard, but really in the rebounding numbers as well.
And what I like about it, Greg, it's been a physical brand of basketball. It's had a little sandpaper element to it, gritty and rough, but that's how you win games.
Ball dishes to Randall. And there's the call on Durant. And that'll be his first foul so far. Thomas checked in for the Lakers. And the Lakers have possession. Lopez a screen. Ingram wide open. Hits the three-point bomb. Ingram's got 5 points in the quarter.
No stopping Ingram when he's in rhythm, especially when he gets a pass in the spot he loves pulling the trigger from.
Lopez with the steal. Ball kicks to Thomas. Over Curry. And Pachulia pulls it down.
Cannot give him that much room from mid-range. They got to feel lucky he didn't knock that one down.
Ingram with it. Now guarded by Ball. That one good for 2. Ingram's got 40 points.
Yeah, Curry is so impressive. His peripheral vision is what makes him unique, in addition to his ball handling skills. He does a nice job setting up his teammates and knows how to get them the ball when they're open.
Ball. And it's off the back rim. No good.
Yeah, he's costing them right now, sabotaging them a little bit. He's got to find his shot if they want to win this game.
And out of bounds as the Lakers gain possession. Los Angeles making a switch here. Zubats is checked in. Now here's Ball. He's covered closely to the inside. Randall no good.
A highlight reel play all the way, just can't connect.
I thought the pass looked good and just came up a skosh short, but I like the initiative and the intention.
Here's Ingram. So the whistle blows on the shot. 2 free throws for the contact right there. Clark, you were a fantastic rebounder your entire career. What do you feel gave you the edge over the other players in the glass?
You know, one of my fellow Buckeye greats, actually the greatest Buckeye of all time in basketball, I think, was Jerry Lucas. And he talked an awful lot about rebounding being more about timing and pursuit of the ball than anything else. And I had a good gift of timing, and I clearly was chasing down that pumpkin as well as most. And those were the things that allowed me to be a good rebounder. Good timing, good hands, and pursuit of the basketball. It wasn't complicated, but some of it was giftedness. The other part was persistence and hard work.
LA's gone into the three-point range 4 times since halftime and buried 2 of them. They set the pick. Thomas kicks to Ingram. Thomas against Curry. Trying to break that ice-cold streak.
They've shown some strength in the paint today. Their work on the boards has been impressive.
Guys, that's putting it mildly. I mean, they've been absolutely dominant.
And it's Ingram missing. The Lakers really having a tough go here. They've been looking out of sync offensively.
Yeah, their offense has ground to a standstill.
Ball with the bucket.
You know, Ball, despite the quirkiness of the shot, he does have a quick release, so you got to know he's a threat to score whenever he has it in his hands.
Durant, the pass to Curry. Here's Ingram. And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him. Let's now pause and take a look at the scoring breakdown between the front and back court of tonight's contests for the Warriors.
And most of the damage being done by the backcourt. They've leaned on their guards big time, and the plan has worked to perfection. The small ball approach has been the way to go.
Timeout called the Lakers.
Yeah, the amount of points they've given up here in the paint, that's what they got to talk about.
Absolutely, Greg. I mean, they're getting crushed, killed, hammered, pulverized in the post.
Good, and Curry gets the assist. Ingram's got 47 points. And guys, what do you think about the hustle stance for the Warriors?
The activity level defensively, I've really been impressed with. They've been in attack mode on the defensive end.
They haven't wasted time getting the ball up the court tonight either, and it's resulted in a lot of fast break points.
And that's what he does. I mean, he is a bucket getter.
Hey, you know, the concern for Brandon Ingram was coming into the pros. He was slight, didn't have much backside to him. Real lean, 6'9", under 2 bills. That's a bony guy. Yet, you want to add strength and not just weight. So he's got an app on his phone reminding him to eat 6 times a day.
Lakers shooting 31% here in the third. Offensively, they are looking bleak. Picked by Randall. It's Ingram on the wing. The 3 ball. And the rebound goes to the Warriors. Ingram's got 6 rebounds here tonight. And the Lakers have said they're going to let Ingram grow into his body gradually.
And I agree with that wholeheartedly. You can be strong and lean. Sometimes weight put on lean bodies can do more harm than good. It's got to be the right kind of weight and strength. This is basketball. This is not the Iditarod where you're trying to pull and push something of heavy weight. This is basketball.
And it's Ingram missing.
And I wouldn't put it past him, guys, to eventually start hitting those, given what he did in the first half.
Now here's Randall. 7 points in the game. Out left to the wing. Double team on Thomas. Here's Ball. That's good. And it's Thomas picking up the assist. Thomas got 4 assists now tonight.
This guy will really make you pay if you leave him enough room outside.
Curry dishes to Ingram. Stolen by Ball. To the middle. Here's Zubats. And he banks it the lane.
And Ball knows how to distribute the ball. Pun intended for sure. An impressive point guard who continues to improve and impress as a passer.
Durant kicks to Curry. Here's Ingram. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass. Ingram's got 51.
Boy, has he put his foot on the pedal here this quarter. He's doing a terrific job in terms of leading their offense.
That foul gives him.
Wow.
He's got to settle down a bit.
And, you know, so often we hear about a player coming out as an elite athlete, but Lonzo Ball is an elite basketball brain. I mean, this guy sees everything on the court, a terrific passer, but more importantly, he's a guy that players like playing with. He really approaches the game like a 10-year vet.
He goes up again. Here's Ingram. No luck.
Wow.
Knock it down. Now here's Ball. He's covered by Ingram. Pass to Hart. A minute 50 left in the third. Solid play in the low block, and that one's good. Hart's got 6. Warriors leading by 22. Here's Ingram.
Wow.
No good off the front iron. Here's Hart, guarded by Ingram. Wide open look. He can't get that one. And Golden State will come the other way. And this matchup with the Lakers, it's their first meeting of the season.
And they didn't have much of a problem with these guys last season, and quite frankly, you wouldn't expect them to.
Yeah, you know, these are two teams clearly on opposite ends of the continuum in this conference. I mean, this is a team they rightly feel they can beat every time they take the court with them. It's going to be all about.
Here is Cook. The young pair of Ingram and Randall are at the forwards. All out there with Isaiah Thomas, and it's Lopez in its center. That's who's in the game for the Lakers. And that one's good. Ingram.
The defense has just been unable to slow him down. Wow, what a game.
Thomas passes to Randall. He kicks it to Ingram. Back to Randall. More and more we see coaches resting players to keep them from getting overworked. The benefits, Clark, are clear for the players, but is it something that is getting overused?
I don't know if overused is the right word, Kevin. I don't like to see it as much because I think there are other ways you can rest players. Games can be part of your strategy, but how about practices being more a part of how you rest players? It got an awful lot of attention this past season, and for good reason. And I would think the coaches and players will adjust because it's not a good optics for your viewing public and your paying patrons to just arbitrarily do it. I understand it, but I think there's a balancing act that could be performed that would make it not appear as disruptive to the fans as it was this past season.
No doubt it's been a bit of a struggle for him here in this quarter in terms of scoring.
Good on the bucket. Golden State's gotten 3 of their 6 3-pointers to fall here in the fourth. Here is Cook. Here's Ingram. Lays it in without an inch of room around him. Ingram's got 57 points.
Guys, he has been a major factor, big time, outstanding at getting quality looks and knocking them down.
Kicks it to Ball. He dishes it to Fry. From deep. The Warriors pull it in. Ingram's got double-digit rebounds now in the game. Pick by West. Cook kicks to Young. And the pass to Ingram. It's hauled in by Los Angeles. 4-on-3 break. Dang for 3. Rebounded by Bell. Bell's got 7 rebounds in the game. Cook kicks to Young. 1:52 left in the fourth quarter. Here's Ingram. Basket is good, and he'll get a chance for one more at the free throw line.
Everyone playing Young to shoot. There he makes the unselfish play.
Andre Iguodala is checked in for Young. Well, the Lakers last season, the worst defensive team in the NBA. Again, offense was a little bit better. Clark, what's the key for them offensively?
Well, I think a couple of things. One, ball movement, utilizing everybody. Last season, they were bottom 5 in assists, top 5 in turnovers, and that ratio, those numbers, not conducive to good offense.
Here's Ingram. That's tipped. It's stolen by Dang. And here's the fast break. Ball leading the way. Here's Zubac. Uses the glass to finish the layup.
Yes, and with this one winding down, it's obvious to everyone who watched it. Just a total mismatch and a true show of
wow.
Warriors.
This was a team performing to its fullest capability.
A hugely satisfying win. A game that not many will soon forget. And on the other side, I think most.
Boy.
And a milestone win for the season. This will push their victory total to 20 wins even.
They can chalk this one up, but these two teams will see plenty more of one another before the season's over.
And Greg, we know familiarity breeds contempt. I would expect things to become more heated as these teams face each other going forward.
It's hauled in by Zubac, and so it's the Lakers with it. Here's Hart for the 3. It's good. With that basket, he's now 5 for 9.
You know, leaving somebody that wide open is not prudent. I mean, you got to expect to get burned when you put that kind of effort forward.
And the Warriors miss again. The Lakers on offense. They're on a 12-4 run. About 3 seconds between shot and game clock. Dang can't get it to go. Cook dishes to Ingram. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle, and 2 shots coming up. That's called on Channing Frye. And that one falls for Ingram. Both free throws good from Ingram. 9 seconds left here in the fourth quarter. Now Ball. So we see the Warriors taking the game here. A resounding victory for them. And Greg.
That's exactly right. But with the way they control the game and just keep the crowd out of it, that's how to get it done on the road.
And that's good for tonight, folks, for our broadcast. For
DJ, great game.
Thanks, Char. Am I blown up?
You're trending. Oh, hey, we need to go do an interview with the guys in the studio. Let's go.
Let's get it, man.
Hey, this is Kenny. Not much to nitpick about your game, man. Plenty of points, plenty of rebounds. What was your mentality when you were down there battling on that block?
Kenny, my mentality is that there is no way anyone in the league can throw me off my game when I'm down near the basket. Now, if you were to create a Frankenstein of all the best skills, of all the best post players in the league, it would look a lot like me. You know, well, not as many, stitches or bolts coming out of my head, but you get the picture.
I get the picture. Yeah. I do. I like guys like you, man.
Yeah.
Good job, brother.
Yeah. Thanks, man. I'm a beast.
DJ, you're up next. Let's go.
Okay, you got it.
Remember, DJ, keep it simple.
Got this, Hannah.
Your rebounding has been solid lately, not just tonight, but over the last few games. Are you doing anything different?
Nope. Just doing what I always do.
Which is what?
Which is play harder than everybody else, man. Hold on real quick. You know what? Cleaning the glass do really give a man a thirst. Much better.
So I take it your play tonight has something to do with ingesting that Gatorade.
Hey, hold on. You said it, buddy, not me.
Does that include your teammates?
What was the question?
Does the everyone you're playing harder than include your teammates?
You know what, bro? No comment, man. No comment. We all good here, fellas?
Hey, next time, don't rip your teammates after a win.
No comment.
Oh, the very fact that you say that means you know exactly what I'm talking about.
I said no comment.
Oh, would you stop? The cameras aren't even around.
Oh, they're always watching me, Hannah.
That's right, DJ. Cameras are always... I'm coming.
She can't stand that, bro. Shout out to my viewers, man. Y'all stay blessed.